groovy.
Welcome, everyone, to Horror After Midnight. I'm your host, Slinky Jallow, joined by my good buddy, KC. And tonight we have a special guest with us from The Red Rabbit. I'm not even going to finish the line because I always mess it up. But it's the co-host from The Red Rabbit, Mick Sawyer.
Yes.
What's up, man?
I have returned. I was on a sabbatical. I love using that word because I
Had
think
some
of the
stuff
dark
in a
past.
trunk you had to take care of. Just kidding.
Yes, lots of stuff in the trunk to take care of, but it's been a while. But I'm glad to be back. And we're doing Scream 4 of all things. You know, all movies.
Well,
How
yeah. This is our first series of open discussions, and we picked, KC picked Scream. Well, we all like Scream. What's to say that hasn't been said about it before? We have a whole series of these videos about Scream, so you can listen to those, and if we sound like we know what we're talking about. Yeah,
it's like I was telling you guys before we started the show. It's like it's just odd of all Scream movies I picked to be on. It's the fourth one.
Yeah. It's all good because again, this one it's Scream 4, so we can go back and talk about all the other ones. It was hard in the other ones because we were jumping ahead, and it was like no. But all right, so let's get into it. I guess Scream 4. Let's see, came out April 15th, 2011, directed by Wes Craven, written by Kevin Williamson, starring the usual suspects and a few new names: Emma Roberts, Hayden Panettiere, Anthony Anderson. I'm not reading all the names.
Corey Culkin.
That's right. Let's see. It picks up on the 15th anniversary of the original Woodsboro murders, and so not going to jump into spoilers yet. We're start talking about it. Let's see. I was way late to the party, so I'll go last on this because I didn't see it until last night, I think.
Came out.
Yeah, I was gonna say, first impressions, fellas. Go ahead, Chris.
All right. I loved it. Definitely did not expect who the killers were. Well, one of them, definitely, but didn't see Joe coming at all. That was a good twist. I liked how they kind of tried to want to add a new Randy in with Charlie. All around it was a really good movie. I like the new new age type thing they tried doing with recording the murders. It was a really good movie.
Well, the rules got altered a little bit because the type of horror movies that have been coming out lately, they don't have those types of rules, whatever the horror fan stuff. So it's like things were all shifted, It was cool. The two killers.
Dewey was kind of badass in this one too.
He's a cockroach. You can't kill him.
Exactly.
Yeah, he just keeps coming. That somehow doesn't have a limp anymore. Don't know how that happened, but his limp somehow got fixed.
Yeah, nerve damage doesn't go away. I have nerve damage, and it doesn't work that way. So,
movie magic.
For real, at least they fixed Courtney Cox's hair. I'll say that.
That was a
plus. Hey, I was gonna say, fucking, do we have to go down the Darkman 2 rabbit hole?
Dude, man, that dusty fucking hairdo she had, goddamn. And then it was cool to see the fresh, like the newer actors and actresses and stuff. It was kind of cool. One thing that I thought was really cool, was really clever, that Wes Craven did on this one is that he made a commentary on the internet age and people chasing the fame from the internet and that clout. So I thought that was kind of cool. It was neat to, all right, whatever, spoilers. We're going to rip this movie all over the place. Not rip it, but dissect
it. Ahead of its time, too, because that's basically what the internet ultimately became, was people becoming internet sensations. That was kind of the very beginning of that kind of era of everybody, this is the new famous now. You're not, a movie star, you're not a rock star. It's being an internet sensation. You do fucking, what are those Vines and shit? I don't know if Vines existed yet. but like
Yeah,
shit like
yeah.
that.
No, I hear you.
I think
Well,
Wes Craven is always kind of ahead of the curve with everything he's ever really done. Like touching on something that like he always had his ear to the pulse. That's what I always loved about Wes Craven.
Well, to quote Royce from the first episode we did, he made a really good point. And in the 70s, Wes Craven did Last House on the Left, Hills Have Eyes. Then in the 80s, Nightmare on Elm Street, of course, Serpent and the Rainbow. It's another favorite Wes Craven film of mine. Shocker.
Favorite Wes Craven movie for me.
Yeah. Then in the 90s, Scream, and then he finished up the Freddy series. And then it just, he was always relevant in each decade. That's that Royce made. And it was a real good point that he made that. I was like, wow, yeah, no shit. He's always at the forefront of horror. Like he was always trying something new,
Yeah, he spanned 3 decades.
Absolutely. Well, even in Scream 4, it was 2011. So he's going 40, for 4 decades, man. So
yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Because Last House on the Left was the 70s, wasn't it?
Or 73, yeah, him and Sean Cunningham.
Yeah. The Hills Have Eyes. So yeah, like but yeah, I agree. The Serpent and the Rainbow is my personal favorite Wes Craven film.
Yeah, it's my favorite
of all time.
But like the thing about Scream though is I like that, it kind of transformed over the course of the 4 movies. That at the very first one, it was at its heart, it was a slasher flick and a whodunit.
Yeah.
But just my take. I'm probably dead wrong. But by the time the 4th one came along, it was more of like a mystery kind of whodunit, Agatha Christie style kind of thing. Like it wasn't so much about the slasher aspect. It kind of matured, I guess. And grew into an adult. It had been eating his Wheaties and whatever. So it's kind of cool.
Injecting his chicken with steroids.
And what was that?
Injecting his chicken with steroids.
But like, I was happy that they returned to the 2 killers again because I'm real partial to that because Giallo's used that quite a bit. Well, not quite a bit, but
it's also cool because it's called back to the first one also.
Absolutely. And that's why I didn't like the outcome of the 3rd one so much because it tried to make it to where Roman was the one that was, pulling all the strings, manipulating everybody, and it kind of took away from Billy and Stu.
Yeah, it did.
Just how and so I liked it that the killers in this one had nothing to do with Maureen Prescott and the past. It was, this. Yeah, it was exactly. It was this chick who, killers chasing clout, because they wanted to be the sole survivors of Woodsboro killer.
I saw Scream 4 probably because shit comes out faster now on Blu-ray and DVD and stuff like that. So I saw it probably about 3 or 4 months after it came out. I remember I was with my ex-girlfriend at the time, and we rented it, and I really enjoyed it. I liked it. I liked the direction that they took with it. I thought it was definitely better than 3 for sure.
And went back and tried to apologize for part 3 because part 3 is just some silly goofball stuff.
It kind of felt like 4 should have been 3, like in a lot of ways.
You can see that,
because like I kind of like not to get like super nerdy, but I kind of look at it as like bands with albums in a way. Like it happens. Well, okay. Like I'll make it brief, but it's like okay. For example, one of my favorite bands, Throwdown, their second album was an album called Vendetta. And then they kind of went into this like experimental kind of direction for 2 other albums. And then they were like, okay, we're going to go back to the meat and potatoes of what we already were. And then it was like, this is the album that should have came out after Vendetta. That's how I feel about Scream. Like it should have Scream 4 should have been Scream 3. Like
yeah,
that,
I hear you. See, the
you
thing
know what I
about
mean?
Scream 3 though is it came out in 2000. Columbine happened like, a few months before that. And
Yeah.
Scream 3, Scream 2 came out in 97. Scream 3 came out in 2000. They waited too long, and there was so much studio interference. There was so much like, oh, well, don't do that and don't do this. They actually approached Craven and said, why don't we play up the humor and play down the horror? And Wes Craven was like, it's a fucking Scream movie. Like, what are you doing? So,
Yeah, there wasn't hardly no blood.
yeah, Scream 3 is, I call it the Scooby Doo Scream because I mean, it ends in a fucking mansion with secret passageways. So it's like Scream 3 really suffered from, I guess, what was going on at the time. And then just the studio interference is such a motherfucker, man. Like they will
No,
murder a movie so
I've
quick.
seen it ruin so many fucking movies that could have had great potential.
And then I
But
guess the script kept leaking, and like Scream 3 was just, I don't know, it's one of those things where it's kind of doomed from the start. It didn't matter what they did.
Yeah.
And the end was weak, half brother. Come on,
oh yeah,
and again, I think that because of Roman, it takes away from Billy and Stu. Like I like those guys, man. They got there's something about them because they're crazy horror fans.
Yeah,
no,
I love Stu was a great character.
Yeah, yeah. Kind of
Yeah.
pissed they did kill Stu off. Well, kind of pissed they killed both of them off, but screen flick, you know.
I know that like I always have to cite this because when we did our first film, Rock Bottom Creek, Scream was a very big influence.
Mm.
I don't want to ruin it for you, Chris, because eventually you'll watch it. And if I say this now, it's like a fucking massive spoiler.
I have the movies, man. I gotta send them to you so you can watch them. Yeah,
Blink,
they're good.
You know
They're
what
good.
I'm talking about, though. Like
Absolutely.
in Rock Bottom Creek, it's very obvious that that's a big inspiration was the first
You
Scream.
guys like respectively nod your hat to like your influences, and it's like it's done in like a loving way, so it's easy to see. But
absolutely, like, and it's not like tacky, like
but
it's just it basically it's just a testament of like how monumental that first movie meant, because I remember I went to go see it in the theater when it came out.
So did I.
One thing that I've always been proud of myself about seeing that movie is I fucking knew Billy was the killer.
Well, he's easy to fucking pick out, man. Like Billy,
Yeah, he was.
I didn't see Stu come. Stu was fucking left field.
Yeah, that's the only thing I did not see coming. But at first I'm like, am I crazy or am I like do I sound like I'm full of shit? Like that? I mean, is it me or it's like was his name
Billy
super
Loomis.
obvious that was? I mean, it was just like how his whole demeanor through the whole movie. It was just like, fuck this shit, man. That guy's the goddamn killer. Like I know it.
Had him
but what I
then they did the whole he's cleared so it couldn't be him. I was like, something's up.
Fool.
I thought it was Randy for a little while, to be honest with you.
No,
it could have been. It's kind of what they twisted around on this one.
Yeah. And
do you know what tripped me up? This is what made me second guess for a second that Billy might be innocent. Is when Dewey and the sheriff are talking outside of the police station, and Dewey's eating the ice cream.
Yeah.
And he smokes, and he throws the cigarette on the ground, and you see him wearing a pair of boots. And that was like, whoa, the sheriff? No, maybe. Like that was like, of all things, that was the one that fucking tripped me up.
Yeah.
And that one, they did that a lot. They put the same boots on a bunch of different characters to make a bunch of red herrings, basically.
Yeah, and see, that's why I really like what the first Scream did, is because it kind of brought, because there was a lot of slasher flicks where, who the killer is right off the bat. Like it's like Madman, The Burning, like you already know who the killer is, so there's no element of surprise. The only surprise is how who's going to get killed and how they're going to get dispatched. That's the and then how the killer is going to get killed. the thing I liked about Scream is it kind of returned the slasher flick to the whodunit. Like, prom night. You don't know who obviously it's her brother, but still. And it went back to like that first Friday the 13th kind of thing, because you don't know who the fuck's killing people in first Friday 13th. Then it turns it's a Jason machine over and over and over. That's one of the reasons I really like the first Friday 13th, is because it's at the very root of it, it's a murder mystery. You don't know who's killing anybody. And Scream did that so well to where they borrowed stuff from Giallos, they borrowed stuff from Psycho, they borrowed stuff. Wes Craven is awesome because he actually took a genre he helped create with Nightmare on Elm Street and
reinvented it,
and he turned it on its head, man. So
absolutely,
like I have a lot of love for Scream, and even people that aren't big fans of it, you have to admire it to a point, and you have to respect it, man. You have to respect it.
I think so too, man. Like I love the first Scream. I have nothing but love for that movie. It's still,
they took a generic mask that you saw in every dollar store, and Ghostface is a boogeyman now. I keep saying this in every show, but it's very true.
I love it, man. Like I thought it was fantastic.
That image of the face really lends itself to horror, and like the Scream 4 poster, I was a really big fan of that. The profile of the mask and the jaw turned into the knife. That was pretty.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, that was really slick. But again, it was like he took all these, he cherry picked, took all the, stuff from all genre films, all types of genre films, and just, here you go. And it was awesome. And I was pleasantly surprised with Scream 4 because, again, I didn't see it till last night. And even going into it, man, I was like, man, I don't want to watch this. Because like Scream 3 really left a bad taste in my mouth, man. It really did. But it was good. It was clever. It was really clever, man.
One thing that kind of surprised me was the budget and like how much they made. This one did the worst out of all of them.
Really?
Yeah, it had a $40 million budget and only made $91.7 million in box office.
What?
Oh man, that's crazy. Because I remember going to Toys R Us
so far.
Oh wow, I thought it did a lot better than that because it's got a really good rating on Rotten Tomatoes and.
Oh yeah, it's a great movie.
Yeah, it's really good. Really good.
Better than this one.
Wow.
Wes Craven did a film a year before he put out Scream 4 called, which I actually really enjoyed.
Is that the Ghost STD flick?
Which one?
Yeah, all right. I'm thinking of It Follows.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That one's good, too. I enjoyed that. But no, My Soul to Take with badass fucking Frank Grillo. Like,
sounds really familiar.
I really enjoyed that movie, man. Like, I don't know.
That's right.
Yeah, and fucking The Purge and shit like that. Like,
I don't know if I've seen so many fucking horror movies. Jeez, they all run together after a while.
But no, I really like. But yeah, I mean, I think maybe Scream 4 probably would have been a little bit more successful if it came out a year before. Like, I think if it would have came out in 2010, like I don't know. I think that it would have been more successful.
I was surprised even Part 4 even came out because I remember seeing a trailer for it. And I was like, "What in the fuck? Scream 4?" Like,
yeah. Now it's coming out soon.
Yeah, that blew my mind too. And Dewey's in it. David Arquette's in it. You can't kill him.
Nope.
What was I going to say? Yeah, because I actually thought it when you said how it did the returns on it. I was wondering if it suffered from the Sin City thing that I like to cite every now and then. You waited 9 years to make a sequel. Nobody cares anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like all the fans that
diehard fans. It's good.
I was just gonna say that all the people who are like our age that are like Scream, yeah, But yeah, I remember seeing that it was coming out, and then I just lost track of it, man. And then like whatever, 2011 was a wacky year for me. So like I lost track of a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So, and then it just got lost in the shuffle, man. And so yeah, but so again, the thing that's really sticking with me, man, is I like how they updated the motive.
Yeah.
And I like how the chick was the mastermind. That was pretty cool, man.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming. I think it was her.
Yeah. And fuck, cold blooded on Charlie, man. Just no.
Yeah, it was Sydney's cousin, wasn't it?
It just,
Yeah.
again, didn't see it coming. Didn't see it coming. But that's a throwback to Scream too. Like one of the killers, of course, and your Agatha Christie murder mysteries. One of the killers is going to fuck over the other killer. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I actually liked Charlie. I liked him.
And they were going to pin it on Trevor. So it's like, all right, you guys got your evil master plan laid out. The defibrillator kill.
No, that was nice.
That was pretty cool. It's always good to see medical instruments getting used in ways they're not supposed to.
The other thing that I always thought was kind of cool too about the Scream movies is this is kind of another like Halloween homage to from Wes Craven, is having also a male protagonist in horror, in a horror film, because like when you think about it, like Halloween was such a massive influence on the first movie. And what I thought was kind of cool, because when you think about it, there's only like a few horror films, obviously Army of Darkness, Evil Dead, but there's like few horror films that have male protagonists in it. It's
few? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, mostly it's Survivor Girl. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
even in Black Christmas, man.
For the most part. And that's another thing that I think is cool about Scream, is it belongs to kind of like an exclusive club in horror films where it's like, oh, this is
Sexes
also
are equal.
yeah. This is also a franchise that has a male protagonist in it too. And I always thought that was pretty rad, like, because I mean, can you really think of any other horror franchises where, I mean, I could think of a couple of like singular horror films with a male like Serpent and the Rainbow, maybe, but
well, all right. What it comes down to is like what you're saying is there's a few horror flicks.
Yeah.
It's like, the male is the survivor. Like, say, My Bloody Valentine. Chris, he hates that movie.
Oh, shit.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's
TJ and his girlfriend, it's a guy and a girl. What is it? Fuck, I just had it and I lost it. See, April Fool's Day doesn't really count because it's not, nobody dies in the movie.
No, it's a big fucking prank. Yeah.
Exactly. If you watch it up to a point and then turn that bitch off, what is it? Muffy or Buffy's the killer in that movie, There's Urban Legends, the Noxzema girl. She's the killer. She's avenging her boyfriend or her brother. I think it's her boyfriend. Rebecca. Right. What, Madman? Well, the burn. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But yeah, I you're right, and I like how, again, there's those callbacks, man, because it's like in Scream 2, I love the fact that Billy's mom, Aunt Jackie, is trying to avenge Billy. Like, that's a throwback.
That is cool, because like, well, the other thing that's kind of interesting that Scream kind of started in a way is because I think that it influenced the remake era of horror films where you empathized for the antagonist. And when
some of them
tells his story to Sydney as to why he killed her mother, and you felt for him, because it was like, your slut bag mom is the reason why my mom left and abandoned me.
Tore his family apart. You know?
Yeah, and it's
and it's
dude.
kind of like it's a revenge-driven slasher. It harkens
Yeah.
back to that stuff because they're the ones I really like, man. Like eye for an eye. You know, you're
Yeah.
going. Like Mrs. Voorhees goes out and gets her pound of flesh, man.
Exactly.
Slaughter High. That's another one. Marty is just ridiculed and permanently scarred. He's gonna make Carol stop laughing. So like, yeah, no, absolutely. I love the revenge, or even Terror Train. You know,
I think that carried over though in like the remake era of horror films, because that started to become a thing where, oh, I kind of like, but obviously they ran that shit right into the ground because it was just like,
I haven't even seen all the remakes, man. Like
but there were so many of them where it was like, let's try to get you to empathize for the antagonist. And I remember I was getting to a point during that whole era. I'm like, fuck, dude, like this is getting tired, dude. Like I'm really getting tired of the whole let's feel bad for the bad guy.
Well, the one that I did like was the Friday the 13th, because it actually the Friday 13th remake, in the opening crawl when you see Mrs. Voorhees.
Oh, I'm biased that one.
Well, I'm just saying they put to rest that whole wonder whether he drowned or not.
Yeah.
So when Mrs. Voorhees lost her head, you see little Jason come up and grab the machete and the locket and stuff like that. So you're like, oh, all right, cool. Now he's going to get his revenge. It's just not him stalking this camp, blah, blah, blah. He's in it for blood. So
I think though it was a little bit open to your interpretation in a way, because I think that's what was kind of subtle about what Marcus Nispel did, where he was kind of like, well, did he drown? You make up your mind.
That's what I mean. The original series, you don't know if he drowned or not. It's always speculated. Oh, the boy in the lake, the boy in the lake. Oh, there was a boy that grabbed me. Alice, cuckoo. But in the remake, Marcus put that shit to rest, and you see the little mongoloid kid with the hydrocephalic head grab the shit and shuffle off. And so you feel for him, you feel bad for him. When he did Texas Chainsaw, he just showed you a fucked up cannibal family. There was no sympathizing with Leatherface.
No, not at all. Not at all. Like,
could be he's just protecting the house and he doesn't really know where these people are coming from. So he's just trying to, but I always say that about the original, like where are these fucking hippies coming from? Like, but in the remake, it's just a fucked up family. And
I loved it. I loved it so much.
So,
like
there's a few remakes that are really good. But anyway,
it really is. Like, well, I mean, this stuff is relevant because Scream 4 touches on remakes. It touches on how the rules have changed and how now you have to apply the remake rule to what's going on in horror at the time.
Yeah.
And
so
that was
opposites could be for one character, or it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
That's something that I also really liked about, and that's what I mean about Wes Craven. Like, he always had his ear to the pulse of what was going on. Like,
he's very aware of social, occurrences and what's going on.
Yeah. And like, to me, it's like, I know some people as artists are like, well, I just want to kind of pay attention to what I'm doing. And I think that's smart too, but I also think it's smart to also know what's going on, or at least have some kind of awareness.
Something to say. That's the thing.
Yeah.
He didn't make a horror movie like blood and guts. Ooh, here we go.
Well,
there were social commentaries. That's one of the reasons I'm such a Romero fan, is because when you watch movies, especially the original Dead trilogy, Night, Dawn, and Day, those are direct commentaries about what's going on at the time. Like in the 60s with Night, it looks like a documentary. It literally mimics what they were seeing from Vietnam. In the 70s with Dawn, it was a commentary on consumerism, and then Day was commentary on just the bleakness of the 80s. You know what I mean? Because at that time, people were like, "Oh shit, we don't know what's going on with Russian." It's really smart, man. Really smart. And
No, absolutely. I mean, I think you like me as an artist myself, like with We Massacre, we always kind of with our films like Wes Craven always kind of incorporated what was going on at the time, or sometimes would be kind of ahead of the curve on things that would, end up
well,
kind
you're
of
making a
popping.
note of it, and you're
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
kind
and
of
then the
explaining it in your
sequence.
twisted way. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. And like but that's a sign of a good artist. Like to me, like whether it's a band or whether it's a filmmaker, it's like you're able to take something that's going on currently, but mold it into something that you've already established for over, 20 plus years or whatever. And
make it yours, but then give it away and let
exactly.
people embrace it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I think that to me, that's a brilliant artist there. That's like, okay, yeah, I'll take a little bit of what's going on in modern day times right now, but I'm going to do it in my own way, where it's kind of a reinvention at the same time, where it's not just like, oh, well, this is what's cool. Let's just throw this in here too, because this is what people like. And when you watch a movie, it's just kind of like, you see it's like it's the same thing with a band. When there's a trend going on, you can tell that it's like, well, let's throw this into our sound, because like this is what's popular right now, and movies do it too, like, and it's super obvious because you're just like, well, obviously they're just kind of pandering a little bit to what's popular right now, and it just failed miserably. Like Scream 4 was able to successfully do that without it being like pandering.
All right, Scream 5's coming out, but I wanted to ask you guys this: what would you say, or how would you take, say, a remake of Scream? Now, it's not been too long. I mean, in the way trends work, it's a long time ago, back when dinosaurs ruled the earth. Zeta, she used to say to me. What would your take be on like I mean, because obviously Scream 5, it's still continuing, the story, but it's gonna happen eventually, man. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, we
might be in the ground, but who knows? It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
It's just kind of one of those things to me that like I feel like with certain remakes, I feel the same way about covers. Like, if the shit is not, if the shit's only 10 years old, it's still fucking new. Leave it alone. If the shit's only 15 years old, it's still new. Leave it alone. Until it's like 30 or 40 years old, then go back and revisit it and fucking
it has
remake.
nothing to do with it. Listen, I feel you, man. I feel you on that. Because the thing about the thing about Hollywood and the system is it's very incestuous. And what they do is, if there's any kind of interest that's still, poking around, they look at that and they see dollar signs and they're like, oh, there's still, a garnered interest in this. So let's, kind of give them something, whatever the fuck. Problem is, the thing about it is, I think where they're making the mistakes with, or where they're making the biggest mistakes at, is like, all right, no, I'm not even going to mention that because I don't want that to turn into a fucking shit show. I was going to mention Disney Star Wars, but I'm not even going there. The thing about it is, I think the story of Freddy versus Jason really tells a lot about this stuff. And they have these execs and they have these screenwriters who aren't necessarily fans of the genre. And that's who ends up writing the stuff, right? And at that point, they're doing it for a paycheck, which, hey, you got to make a living, man. I get it. But don't you think it would be a little more juicy and a little more interesting and a little more, it'd have a lot more love thrown into it if you had a room full of fucking fans coming up with that shit. And then you have, like not a ghostwriter, but you have somebody to, format it like a screenplay. Shit, we came up with that the other night when we were like, what if they did a flashback when they showed the sheriff talking to Randy? So I just think, and again, like, these fans, they're not, professional like screenwriters and stuff. I get that. But they're the ones that fucking put stuff together with the theories and stuff. Like, I'm gonna have to cite it. Damn it! There was a guy who did a fan film for Star Wars about Darth Vader. It's called Shards of the Past. It's 16 minutes long, and I shit you not, it is better than the 3 of those fucking pieces of shit Disney put out.
Well, I mean, there's no, and I agree with you because it's like that episode of Comic Book 101 that you did about fan films. And
fan films they're really good, man. Really good. There's a Halloween one.
I agree. I couldn't agree with you more. Like, I mean, especially when
that's insanely good, man. Insanely good.
The Halloween one that I sent you.
Yeah, I talked about that on the show. That was really good, man. Really good.
And what blew my mind is, like, if you wanted to talk about a perfect way to do a sequel, that would have been a way to do it. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand. I mean, I get it. It's a business. They're trying to invest however much money into something to, produce. Yeah, exactly. Return on investment. But it's not going to kill you to talk to some of these sweaties, man. Like, seriously, dude. Go talk to the guys at the con, because when they're in line waiting to meet the, whoever, Lance Hendrickson, or whatever, Nick Castle, this is the shit they're talking about. They're like, where was Ben Tramer before he got killed in Halloween 2? He was at that party.
Well, I mean, some of these fans are writers too. You know what I mean? Like, they might not be as successful as a fucking Kevin Williamson.
That's what I said. They're not professional, but I still think they should be utilized to some extent. Like,
no, I agree.
Ideas or something.
Something, man, because you go on YouTube, and at this point in time, there are countless fan films of all the horror boogeymen, Jason, Freddy, Leatherface, you name it.
Child's Play here soon.
Is there? Wow.
There will be. Yeah, it's gonna be called Charles.
Oh yeah, that's right.
No, and I mean, I think that's no, and I agree, because fans have even suggested, like, really cool things that I wouldn't have thought of. Like, I remember before, I mean, it's not necessarily related to Scream, but it's just a good idea of how smart fans can be. But I remember before Daredevil came out as a TV series, everybody was like, you should cast Michael C. Hall from Dexter as Matt Murdock. And I'm like, oh my God, that's fucking brilliant. I would have never thought of that.
See, fans come up with this stuff, and then look at Dirty Laundry. Look at that take on the Punisher, man. And it, Thomas Jane. Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's really good.
Punisher should have been. And I think that's we don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
It's all good. Man. But then the fact that, Vincent DeSanti made Never Hike Alone. It's an hour-long fan film, and it's really good. And he actually
that's really good.
He actually got Tom Matthews to come back and play Tommy Jarvis. Like, what? That's crazy.
That's cool.
He got crowdfunded enough till he's working on another one. And it's cool because it's something that nobody's ever seen before. It's going to be Jason in the Snow. So it's going to be...
That's really cool.
Yeah, wintertime at Camp Crystal Lake. So who knows where he's going to take this stuff. It's really cool. Vengeance came out. Like, there's Fanboy 13.
I'm waiting on Voorhees. That looks really good.
Yeah, that's right. There's one about Freddy where it's him in the confession room, and he's going over all the killings that he did.
Oh, I watched that.
Yeah,
I watched that a couple of years ago. That's really fucking good.
And the one about Halloween we just talked about, Michael Myers, that was really smart because it was done like a documentary about a serial killer. That's how they would have been done, like about Jason Voorhees and the Crystal Lake Massacre. That's, how it would have been presented.
Yeah.
And it's so perfect because we're in this era of documentaries,
Yes.
and like it's something that I would have never thought of for a Halloween sequel. Like, take that approach with it, which is fucking brilliant. Like,
See, Leslie
and
Vernon
it
was the reason I thought of that. When they first documented the opening, I was like, that's fucking brilliant. I'm like,
Yeah, that's an awesome movie.
Oh
yes.
man, Leslie Vernon.
I
So,
love that movie so much. Like,
and by the way,
and
he
it's
spoke to
funny.
Nathan Basil. Hint, hint. Go back in the videos and check him out, fans.
Yeah,
He
like,
spoke to Leslie Vernon himself. So.
it was great to me too because that was right around. I'd been watching The Office for a year at that point, so basically, what I felt like Behind the Mask did was meld two things that I loved: The Office and horror, and put it together because it had, when you watch it, and just like the awkwardness and the humor is very Office like when just like how Leslie Vernon is, like he's kind of like this awkward, kind of weird but really funny and quirky character.
Well, he's very
And like,
charismatic. He's charming.
yeah,
And the thing is, he's running the
just
show.
capture awkwardness in the scenes. Like remember when they're in the van and he's talking about like who he picks to be like the survivor girl or whatever.
They're the stoners.
Like,
they're good to pad your numbers later in the game.
Yeah. And I love what he says though. He's like, "Oh, so you mean like it's kind of like kind of like pie. You're just gonna go and pick it in, and just put it in the oven, and then there you go." Like, and he just looks at him really weird. Like, it's so great, man. That's such a great
Behind the Mask is brilliant, and the thing it did again that I never even thought of is, aside from Freddy versus Jason, big dumb movie. It combined all the universes, man. It combined all the universes, and it
that
actually
was pretty cool.
Like where they were tangible. You were like, that little cut. They're showing a dock and a lake, and you're like, oh fuck.
Also, it's very subtle the way they did it too.
Yeah, it wasn't face down your throat. Yes, absolutely.
Exactly. Like because that what I love about the opening, like one of my favorite scenes in Behind the Mask.
Scream 4.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Yeah, we got a little
that just goes to show you what an awesome, incredible movie it is. Seriously.
It's funny though. It did say on the back of Behind the Mask, it did say even more clever than Scream. Just saying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, see, the thing about Scream is, it wanted to be in the real world, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Leslie Vernon, that embraced the whole, fantasy. Oh, let's combine all these,
Yeah.
Plus, it has Billy from Black Christmas in it. I don't care what anybody says. That is Billy from Black Christmas.
Fucking brilliant.
Yeah, man.
For Scream 4 with all the new cast that we got. Which one was like y'all guys' favorite?
Oh, as far as like the new characters, like who would be like
the ones who've been there the whole time, like the newer ones they added in?
I would have to say that I liked Rory Culkin's character as far as like the new characters, and what's the blonde, the super fucking hot blonde? Like,
she's my favorite. That's Kirby.
Yeah, Kirby. Like, and I don't just like her because she's super fucking sexy. Like,
yeah, you do.
I like her character.
Yeah, I couldn't believe she was in Remember the Titans as a little girl. She was the coach's daughter.
Oh.
I gotta go with Jill, and it has nothing to do with her looks or anything like that. It's just the fact that she's so fucking crazy that that's her motive, is just to be famous, to where she's gonna murder her fucking cousin, murder her boyfriend, just for clout. That's some fucking Billy and Stu shit, man. So I kind of like that. Like they're so
a very modern twist too, like, because that feels.
Plus, I like how sudden she fucking killed Charlie. Like, it was just wow. You were cold blooded. Like, seriously, man. So we're almost out of time. So, all right, what's everybody's final words on Scream 4? Go ahead, Casey. Go ahead. How do you feel about Scream 4?
Awesome movie. Better than part 3. I loved it. Can't wait to see the next one.
Yeah. I'm pretty excited, man, for Scream 5. I want to see how many ways they try to kill Dewey in Scream 5. You know,
Maybe they'll finally kill him.
yeah. Hey, you never know, man. You never know. I was pretty excited when they announced the news for Scream. All right, anyway, Scream 5, Scream 4. It sucks I was late to the party, but I'm gonna blame Scream 3 because Scream 3 was like, oh, horse shit. So but I enjoyed it. I thought it was really cool. I enjoyed the modernization of certain aspects. It was cool to see, who was left of the original cast. It was neat to see, Gale Weathers with a better haircut.
Yeah.
And then it was a nice twist on the end, man, because it was just like, wow, fame. It's a hell of a drug, I guess, See, I enjoyed it. I say it made up for Scream 3. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So.
I enjoyed Scream 4. It was kind of one of those things, for me, I wasn't excited about it when I heard that they were doing it.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm still gonna watch it, I don't even remember how that happened, but I enjoyed it. Kind of similar to you, Slinky. I was pleasantly surprised. I really liked the.
Dude, I went in thinking, I was like, oh man, this is gonna hurt. Let me take some Tylenol. And no, I really enjoyed it, man, and it was nice because we're all such fans of the first one. It was nice, it was pretty cool. So it was modernized just enough. So
yeah,
that should have been 3.
Yeah,
Roman.
fucking Roman, because again, man, like in the slasher genre, Billy and Stu are pretty formidable, man. Yeah, given they're high school kids, but they got their motive and their system on lockdown.
Totally. They're fucking brilliant. They're very memorable characters. I mean,
well, you got Diet Johnny Depp, and then you got Matthew Lillard. So
Johnny Depp. I was gonna say poor man's Johnny Depp. But Skeet Ulrich is actually a very good actor.
Well, another thing with Scream that I love, is that it's horror fans, man. Because Billy's dropping factoids throughout the whole movie. They use this pig's blood and Carrie, and even Randy is like, oh, what's the werewolf movie with E.T.'s mom? The Howling. Fucking, that's us. That's us.
Yeah, that's what I loved about in part 4 was Charlie. They kind of tried to bring that back.
It's cool, man. That was cool.
Yeah.
But and again, like Randy, he got done dirty. What the fuck? Holy shit! It's dangerous to be a horror nerd, man.
It is. I don't want to live in that world.
Oh man, sliced and diced in a van.
I would I'd lie and say, hey, I only know about crime dramas. I'm not really into horror films.
Well, all right. So I guess everybody can agree. Scream 4.
Yeah.
Gets a pass.
Oh yeah.
Not because of the other ones. It's solid, man. It's solid. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. We spoiled the shit out of it. That's all. So that's it, man. We're almost out of time. Wanted to have Mick on tonight because not yet. Still stewing to get the flavor. But soon, new episodes of the Red Rabbit are coming. And
yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, really excited about that because that's the all movie show where we get nerd out. Yeah. And,
you don't have to worry about being relegated to just one specific genre. That's what's cool about Red Rabbit.
It's all over the place.
And the we have got some very cool and special things that we're doing with the Red Rabbit that we didn't do before. It's especially after my and Slinky's conversation last night. It is 100% a relaunch, like for sure.
We finally figured out what we're doing with it, and so it's like, you know, the thing about it is the Red Rabbit's going to be its own thing, which is good. But what's fun about the Red Rabbit is it's another show that all the hosts can swap and take part. Like, you know, we cover. I know. I always say everybody's waiting for Ghostbusters. That's the one everybody's waiting for.
Oh, it's happening.
There's probably going to be like 12 people on that show.
Probably.
Yeah. So, but it's just
it's also because the Red Rabbit is kind of like the wider base one too. You know.
Well, yeah. You know, it's just more broad movies. But
we cover a lot of ground with that.
Yeah.
Like, we will be eventually releasing our other episodes too, of course.
Yeah, we got stuff in the pipe that hasn't been released yet, so it's all good, man. It's a work in progress. But very soon, we'll have new episodes of the Red Rabbit and new set. Lot of changes. It's gonna be good. Yeah. So can't wait. And
we'll be back next time for the burning.
Yes. Oh, I'm excited about that with a special guest, like a total authority on the burning. So we are not worthy, man. We are not worthy. Like, it's awesome. But yeah, I can't wait for that. Be sure to check us out on horrorfacts.com, our second home. Pretty cool. Great website. A total horror source, you know, for all things horror. Good stuff. Run by a bunch of good guys. And then don't forget to like and subscribe. Yeah. And I'm Slinky Jallo.
Casey.
Mick Sawyer.
All right.
Catch you guys next time.
That's right. Let's go watch a zombie flick, man.